Interactive talk. It's the Ian Jessup Show.
Welcome back. We were talking to Kathy Tomlinson, Globe and Mail reporter who broke the story on shadow flipping. And on the line we have Darren Day, local realtor. Darren, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. What do you want to say about this issue of shadow flipping?
Well, I listened to the interview you had, and I just want to say from my perspective, and probably many realtors in the Victoria marketplace, I can't speak for the Vancouver market.
Yeah.
But, I've been selling real estate here for almost 25 years, and I've never done an assignment sale, which I guess they're calling now shadow flipping. Mm-hmm. Where you saw that happening, several years ago was in new condominium projects where you would have a condo that was under construction, and because I guess at the time the market was flat, it didn't get completed or the buyers didn't complete for 3 or 4 years. And then at that point, the market had picked up, and then, the value was more. So before the buyer would complete on it, the building was worth more. So that's where I would see, contracts being assigned. Now developers have put in their disclosure statements that if there is an assignment, I guess they get paid for, a portion of the increase in value. But from my perspective, I've never done an assignment sale, so I don't think we have that problem so much in Victoria.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, and I did an interview on Friday with Garth Turner. He's the former Minister of National Revenue, and asked him about this, and he said it is used in Ontario, used in other provinces, and it will have zero impact on house prices in Greater Vancouver and Victoria. He doesn't see it as an issue.
The other thing I'm finding, too, is, I've seen, we're now in a hot market in Victoria, but I remember, I've gone through these cycles where it was a down market. Now sellers, if you're in a seller's position, sellers are loving it because, they're getting, in a lot of cases, well over the asking price. But I've also seen it go the other way where sellers buy, and then in a flat market, it sells way below market value just because, it's all supply and demand. The other thing I'm really finding lately is almost a real negativism in the media about, people coming from other cities wanting to buy in Victoria. That's so-called offshore buyers, where my experience is the people that are coming from Vancouver, Calgary, Toronto, they're coming here to live here, particularly Victoria. I think technology's changed. People can, work from their home, and they want to live probably where they can golf year-round. So, I sort of, when I hear these stories about these buyers, almost making buyers and that, in some cases, home sellers, bad guys, because these buyers buying these homes and leaving them empty, I'm just not finding that in Victoria. I'm selling to a lot of out-of-town buyers, but they're actually moving here to live in the homes, to retire here, because they want to love Victoria the way we love Victoria.
Which is different than Vancouver, right?
Yeah, because I understand that in Vancouver, I guess with the turnover and people are almost buying real estate like they would a stock, investing and then selling it higher. I'm just not finding that here. People are buying here to move here. They're coming from other cities and so forth. But, particularly in the last few years, I'm really noticing a lot of Vancouver buyers. I think just because Vancouver's gotten so big. And Victoria, I'm born and raised here. This is probably the best place to live on earth. And I think people want to live here. And, I think because everything is so global now, people suddenly have discovered Victoria.
Well, there's no question that house prices in Vancouver and to a certain extent in Victoria, in some instances, are out of reach for younger people. And I think as we head into an election just over a year away from now, political parties are trying to capitalize on this. And I think that's exactly what you're seeing now.
Exactly. And, that's why I really stress, there's still a lot of affordable housing options. If you want to be in the peak areas, Fairfield, University District, downtown, Cordova Bay, prices have gotten really high. There's still a lot of affordable houses in the West Shore. And fortunately, we're going to see thousands and thousands of new home sites, under construction and in construction over the next 5-10 years in Colwood and Langford, which is still Victoria. So I think that's going to still keep housing affordable for first-time home buyers and so forth.
Darren, regardless of what the provincial government does in terms of shadow flipping or assignment deals or double-in deals, whatever you want to call it, it will have virtually no impact on the real estate prices in Greater Victoria or Vancouver or anywhere else in the province. Do you agree with that?
Well, it's all supply and demand. Right now, there's not as much supply and a lot of demand. So we're in that cycle where things are going up. But guaranteed, like it always has since I've been in business, things will go the other way. So it's just right now we're on an uptick. So if you're selling, sellers love it. Especially I deal with a lot of retired people that, are 60 or sorry, I'm almost 60, but, 75, 85 still in their homes. And they're looking at it. It's a good time to sell so they can leave some extra money for their kids and their kids to help them buy real estate. So I don't think this market's a bad thing. It is very stressful on real estate agents right now and buyers. I totally understand that, losing house to multiple bids. So that's definitely stressful.
Are most of the buyers in this market now coming from other provinces or out of the country?
No, I would say most of the people I'm finding are coming from Canada. A lot of buyers from Vancouver, I think Calgary, Toronto. I would still say it's mainly a market that's sort of semi-localized to our city. Our country and provinces. So I'm not seeing that many people, coming from different countries. It's interesting. Back in the 90s, a lot of Americans were buying a lot of the waterfronts and that because of the dollar, and that's not happening yet. But, again, we live in a beautiful place, and, it's a challenge. But right now we're in a market that's really strong. So, it's good if you're selling and stressful a bit if you're buying a house.
Yeah, good. Darren, good of you to call. Anything you'd like to say in conclusion?
Yeah, the only thing I'd like to say in conclusion, the majority of realtors I've dealt with over the years are very professional. I think as a whole, I can only speak for the Victoria realtors. I think that we conduct ourselves accordingly, and I think that we have the best interests of our clients in mind. I really do.
Yeah. Darren, thanks for calling. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That's Darren Day, a local realtor.